that's what I was feeling. I was like, okay, this reminds me of somebody who is the captain of Indian cricket team. So I was happy about the process. Not that I think that that was the best way to portray him, but I did my best.
Okay. You know, in Kai Po Che, you were a cricketer who had been, who didn't succeed, you know, and then 2 years later you were playing the captain of the Indian cricket team. How did you differently prepare for both these roles, you know? I mean, how did you prepare for being Dhoni and how did you prepare for being this rejected cricketer?
It's a very simple thing. It is so abstract. There are so different processes that you can think of building a character. And like I said, I have a team. So there are friends of mine who were seniors in my college, and they went to the best B schools in India. And I called them up back, and we formed a team, and we worked together. So it's a wonderful process. And so we tried to figure out, okay, how we can be slightly more specific in the process of building a character. And we found that there is this test called MBTI test that tells you that there are only 16 characters in the world. So you have to answer 150 questions, and then it will tell you that you are this character type, and it will give you the exact analysis of that character. So what you do is, just like Sherlock Holmes, you read the script, you write down all the hints about your character, and then as the character, you take the test, and it will tell you what character type you are. And if I take the test, and if my two friends from the same college take the test, and we have the same character type, we know that we are hitting on something really specific. So that's what I did. Just like Ishan in Kai Po Che, I took that test, and like Dhoni, I took that test. Also asked Dhoni to take that test, by the way, and we found something very specific. And there was this predictive analysis of that character type, and you start thinking like that over a period of time so that your spontaneity changes into the character spontaneity.
So what was that, when you had to understand Dhoni's character, is there like a characteristic, like a really deep trait about him that you internalized? What would that be?
Yes, absolutely. Just like, you know, we talked about Maslow's hierarchy, and the top of that pyramid talks about self-actualization. What I missed out when I was reading it is that when that was published, he was working on something else, which never got published. And it was self-transcendence right at the top. So what happens is, the way he took the test, the way I took the test, he was somewhere where he was just not being obsessed about what's going to happen tomorrow. Just not obsessed about the length of the journey that he has, you know, walked to be at that point of time. He was just in the moment. And with all his skills, you know, they say that your prefrontal cortex, it interferes with your performance. So you can be in top 1% of, because of your skill, because of your hard work, but what you call to be in the flow, to be in the zone, it's when your prefrontal cortex is not interfering with the experience itself. So that happens when you're not obsessed about what's going to happen. That happens when you're not obsessed about holding on to your reputation. So you're in the zone most of the times. And this was the differentiator. This is what he was doing continuously, just being unaware of what people are thinking, just not being obsessed about holding on to the reputation, and performing, just being in the, you know, completely engaging with the experience itself.
Wow. So, okay, we are, my God, that went, yeah. Sushant, one quick question. Is your father happy finally with the decision you took?
Yes, he is happy. He just used to, you know, he just used to walk in the morning. Now he also goes in the evening because his friends tell him that, "Arey, aaj paper mein aapke bete ka naam aaya hai." And he's like, "Yeah, mujhe pata hai. And so he calls me up and he's like, "Oh, so he was not very happy. He was shocked when I dropped out. He didn't say anything. And now he says that, okay, I'm happy. Whatever you're doing is good. But yeah, degree le lete. Degree. What I'm doing right now, DCE, the college that I was in, they want me to come and have a conversation with the students And I want them just to give me some doctorate degree or probably some degree. And I will dance and I'll do every sort of thing that they want me to do for free. So that my dad is happy.
So you've given me a great cue, Sushant. Before we wrap up and take audience questions, you just said that you'll dance for free. Please dance for free for us as well.
All right.
I'll okay. Can I ask the console to play a song that we can get Sushant to dance through? Which one?
Back in the day, when I was young, and I used to attend birthday parties, and I would get a chance to stand in front of everybody and dance. I feel a deja vu feeling right now, but I will still do it.
को खुद से अलग करके रख लूंगा तुझको मैं हक करके I wanna say you मैं तेरा ना सोनिए तेरे नाल नाल नी है दुनिया को खुद से अलग करके रख लूंगा.
Wow. You know, you've been speaking about that transformative power of art. One saw that, you know. You would never say that's a shy boy dancing.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very, very much, Sushant. I'm going to see if there's some audience questions. Before that, while I'm looking at the questions, would you just share with the audience that, you know, this other aspect of you where you feel if you're not going to get any further film offers, you're still okay because you still have theater to go to. So would you tell us about what is the new play you're engaging with and what it's about?
It happened after just after the release of Dhoni, and it was received well. And then all the filmmakers that I wanted to work with, they came to me with wonderful scripts. But I somehow anticipated, okay, this is something that I can do, and I didn't do it. Although I could have made a lot of money, but those 3-4 months after the release of Dhoni, I just decided to do this play by Moravia. I still have to do it. We're still doing the blocking. It's called The Two of Us, where this creative guy talks to his penis, and they're debating that who is responsible for that guy to be at the place where he is. And I play the penis, by the way. But yeah, it has to do with your love. For not knowing and to explore on your own the different ways of seeing, different ways of doing something that you really like doing. And then if money and fame cannot sustain the kind of reputation I thought they would, for me, somebody like me, I think they just don't matter. It's a big lie that everybody tells us, that they would really, really matter. Of course, when you don't have it, they do. But when you have it, it's just sheer curiosity and love, identification of what you want to do, and then doing it, that matters.
So there's a question from somebody who hasn't sent their name, but they said, Bihari and a TV actor, stereotype. How difficult was that to break?
It was not difficult. I think it was a big support, because for some reason Biharis we think that we can do anything. So yeah, yeah. So it has to do with this extreme confidence, and like the book that I've read, not that I support everything that is written in that book called The Secret, and it tells you about you need to believe, and when you start with that point, you maximize your potential to get certain result that can work as the confirmation bias, and then you use it again in the cycle, and it goes up. That's how they define that 1% owns 99% of the money and everything. So Biharis, for some reason, we have this inherent confidence, and we think that we can do anything.
So you do.
Absolutely.
Okay, Avanti has a question. It says, on the one hand, you seem very scientific and read a lot, example, Maslow and all the rest. On the other hand, you seem to be spontaneous, unplanned, ready for anything. So can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, because like I said about that forum, and when I see that, okay, these are the people who are the best in their field, be it evolutionary psychology or cognitive science or philosophy, artist, and then they discuss one idea and they're contradicting each other. They're okay with the fact. And all you know is that it's a classic Darwinian setup where it's an explosion of information. And as we all know that information itself doesn't mean anything until unless it's in some context. So it's an explosion of information and lack of attention. So it's a classic Darwinian setup where it is not the information that will be the differentiator, but the way we see.
Well said. So Sushant, you've entered this whole new community. Somebody said, love the serious stuff, amazing to see such intellect. Now give us some Bollywood gossip. So here's, I mean, since this person hasn't identified themselves, let me ask you, being the kind of person you are, doing the kind of reading you are, how do you get along with Varun Dhawan?
We discuss about the possibility of Jodhpur 3.
Kangana Ranaut.
We discuss about many serious things.
Well, more seriously, you have a distinct voice. What would you do if you had to do a comedy film using expressions with minimal conversation on the lines of Mr. Beans? Would you ever do a character like that?
He doesn't speak in his films, so it will come very handy for me.
It's like you revisiting your adolescence.
Absolutely.
Okay, Siddhant wants to say, what is something that the present SSR would tell a young pre-Kai Po Che SSR?
That do not fret, everything will be fine. You know, this is something that I remind myself again and again, that the future me is an asshole and he will take care of himself. I'm not his slave and I'll not work for him.
Well said. That's a great note to end on, Sushant, that you will not be a slave to the future, Sushant. And you've been speaking constantly about living in the present. Certainly for me, the experience of you has been that you're a very unusual entrant to Bollywood. And certainly the choices you're making are very unusual. You don't want to be unusual, but that's our experience of you. One last question, that you just did a film where you had to have the abs and the moves and all of that. Did you like that self? Do you want to be play some more of those glamorous roles and enjoy being that?
And I think I'm done with it. I just had to do it once because, very honestly, I got dumped many times in my life. And I was here in the college and in the school. I got dumped again and again, and they said that you're not good looking and you're not interesting enough. So I had to do a film in which I'm all this a charming guy with six packs, so that they just regret.
Well, that's the power of cinema, that you get to play all the things that you weren't at the time you wanted them to be.
Absolutely.
And so thank you very, very
Thanks
much for being with us, Sushant.
Thank you so much.
And it's really been good having you.